His name is Harada. And don't ask him for shit. Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and I hope you're doing well. My name is Vaderfly. I hope all of you guys are amazing and fantastic and awesome. I really need to work better on these intros, and I will find it. Trust me, I will. Make sure to follow me on my Instagram right over here. I really do appreciate the follows. I have seen the increase, and I can't say enough. Thank you guys so much. Also, can't say enough thank you guys for helping me out on my YouTube channel as well. So, appreciate it. The more the merrier, and let's build an amazing community of people here, and let's just have some fun. So January 3rd, a Twitter beef between Harada and one of their fans, I would say, happened, and it is glorious, and I really do appreciate this guy standing against these people. And I want to first start off by saying this is not an anti-woke channel. This is not me going, I hate the wokes and I hate the bird. And I'm not going to sit here and just also virtue signal as well either. I'm not about that. I just am a person that wants to enjoy his fandoms and be very open and honest about what is going on within the fandoms. And to be completely honest with you, there has been a lot of people that feel like they are owed something in this fandom. And I'm not talking about the people who've been buying the games for years. I'm talking about the people that have to constantly talk about diversity in certain projects and certain things in media. And right here is a great example of this, and how Harada handles this whole situation, I think, is one of the most classiest ways you can. And while giving his point, he also, basically puts this person in their place. So the tweet reads, "The only reason why Eddie Gordo hasn't been revealed is because the creators of Tekken are racist and don't care about black characters or dark-skinned people. So it's going to be a while until the real fighters come out instead of these white Latins and Asians at Harada _ Tekken." So I have so many issues with this, and this is what I keep saying a lot of the times when I talk about nerd media. If you have to see yourself represented in nerd media that bad, there is something wrong with inside yourself. That is a self-esteem issue that you have. And I'm not trying to be mean, and I'm not trying to be an asshole about that. But the truth is, while yes, there should be some more diversity in nerd media, we shouldn't have to force it upon other people to make it happen for us. Let it happen naturally. Let it happen with just a thing here, and it slowly grows and slowly grows. The reason why so many people are starting to hate to see black characters, or hate to see women, or hate to see LGBT, or hate to see any kind of thing outside of the spectrum of white, straight, and male, is because they've done it, and they've done it poorly. They've implemented so many of these characters in there poorly. I mentioned this in my Star Wars video, which you can watch right here. Here's the link. I hope you enjoy it. The biggest issue with this kind of stuff is that the forced diversity in this kind of space. Yeah, I'm completely honest with you. I never, like I said before, personally never felt like I was an outcast, especially when it came to this kind of stuff. But that's just me personally. But I'm going to go ahead and stop droning on and read what Harada had to say, because this is some straight chat energy right here. Harada said, "If you think you can just claim anything that way and will pass, you are mistaken. Leroy and Raven will kick your ass. Come to think of it, there are no Japanese characters in American dramas and movies that I love, but I have never felt discriminated against because of it. What do you think is the crucial difference between you and me? I'm sure you don't understand. You are not logical at all, and you are simply a delusional person who doesn't even realize that even if it were an emotional argument, it doesn't make sense." Thank you. This is exactly what I've been talking about for the longest time. Me even being a black person myself, it's I don't need to always see black people on the screen. Sometimes there's just creations that work without it. Some of my favorite shows are animes, and half the times they're Asians. So why do I need to see myself? You know, when you make a good character, when the skin color, the sexuality, or the gender doesn't matter. None of it matters. But if you have to do certain things like this and to grandstand like this, all of a sudden you make us look bad and you make us look worse. I personally feel, like I've said this before, I personally do not mind diversity. Diversity has never been the issue. Diversity, in fact, is a good thing. The problem is the lack of diversity of thought. Even though we get diversity in these things, we always see the same stereotypical characters when it comes from when you see a black character, when you see a female character, when you see someone that's LGBT. And it's just kind of frustrating to see this, and I don't like that. That's one reason why I've made it very clear, and my goal in my journey is to be very open and honest with you, the people out there, and not lie about this. The reason why I don't use hashtags like hashtag black cosplayer, because I see myself as just a cosplayer, and that's what I want to be. That's all I want to be. I don't want to be the black cosplayer. I don't want to be the black Spider-Man or black Luke Skywalker. I just want to be me. And when you force diversity and you deal this to creators, and you purposely try to stir up shit like this, it purposely makes creators not want to be diverse and not want to do things like this. Luckily, Harada is very much open-minded. He understands. He talked about Leroy and Raven, two of the most badass, coolest motherfuckers in the Tekken franchise. Like, it's just ridiculous that people have to stoop to this level to try to get diversity pushed into stuff like this. I've always said this before. If you force it, it's going to hurt the cause, and it slowly is, and unfortunately we are seeing this more and more and more every day, and I really wish we didn't have to see this. But if we don't stop trying to purposely force upon our beliefs onto other people, guess what? People are going to reject them 2 times over rather than accepting them because they believe the same thing that you believe. I think this was a very great way. I have nothing but respect for Harada. I have nothing but respect for what he said there, because this is actually how you deal with these kind of people. This is how you deal with these types of people, even in our culture. And I know that a lot of the times that even though you talk about certain things, like you talk about Miles Morales or certain things like that, you will get labeled a certain way, especially if you try to criticize the character. It's so mind-numbing to have these kind of conversations in nerd space. And like I said before, that's kind of the reason why I don't want to be in these spaces anymore, because I don't enjoy this, and this is why I'm creating my own space. This is why I want to start doing these videos, is to start telling people out there it's okay to like a black character if you're white, and it's okay if you're black and you like a white character. It's okay if you're female and you like a male hero, and it's okay if you're male and you like a female hero. I don't see anything wrong with this. This has never been an issue until recently in the last 6-7 years I've been on this earth. It's just been so crazy where it's been hyper focused on diversity that it's hurting everything else around it. And that's what's been killing nerd culture, in my personal opinion. That's what's been killing the geekdom, and that's what's been killing fans from buying your stuff. I mentioned before, I've really bought Spider-Man comics in years because I just don't like what they've been doing with the character in the sake of trying to be diverse, and it's hurting the OG by doing that same thing. I'm right now currently playing through Spider-Man 2, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm not really enjoying my time with the story in this game, because I feel like this is the same problem that I've discussed so many times before on my channel, and I am just tired of it, honestly, personally. So good on you, Harada. Thank you so much for saying the thing that we've always been trying to say down here on the bottom. And I can't say enough. This is so cool to see him say this. So I can say 2 thumbs up to Harada for taking his stance and finally telling these guys that, you know, we're not going to bend over for you guys. We're going to do our own thing and be okay with that. I think that's completely a very logical response to have. And because I wouldn't expect Japan to bend over and have just a bunch of black characters in shows that I like. I would, you know, like Dragon Ball Z or My Hero or, you know, Berserk or any of the other animes that I've watched. Cowboy Bebop. Well, the Cowboy Bebop does have that episode, Mushroom Samba, but that's besides the point. You know, I wouldn't expect that, but for some reason in our culture, we just want to force that upon everybody, and sometimes that just doesn't work. So that's all I have to say. I hope you guys are doing well. Please let me know what you think in the comments down below, and please let me know if the audio is okay, if I need to mess with it a little more. Thank you so much for the critiques on my last video. I really do appreciate that. That's how I get better, and that's how I learn how to do certain things. So I can't wait to talk to you guys next time. I love you guys. And let's make something great. So, alright, peace.